Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there, good morning. It is Monday, August 21st.
And thanks for joining us. We've been having a lot of fun this morning.
Lots been going on today on another back to school Monday.
Very busy.
Yes, indeed, and quite hot out there. But as we've been talking about now for the better part of a week, there are still some changes potentially in our forecast.
There are, and they arrive tomorrow. We're going to get some tropical moisture in here tomorrow. I'm not going to guarantee a lot of rain here in San Antonio. I don't think that's how it's going to play out, but there will be some good rainfall totals as you go south of town, and we will get some bands of tropical moisture moving in. So it is a change, a good change. First, though, we start with the high temperatures today. Not a change. 103 here in San Antonio. We add to our triple-digit streak here. 100 in Houston, 106 Austin, 105 in Del Rio this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, not this morning. Let's look at the tropics. Very busy. We've got 3 named storms out there right now, Franklin, Gert, and Emily. 2 of those storms will pretty much just fall apart. Franklin may make its way up into the Atlantic, but we don't think it's going to be a big issue. We've got another wave coming off of Africa, and then, of course, the one in the Gulf of Mexico. That's the one we're watching. Starting to get a little better organized this morning. Could this get a name? It's possible. It's possible it could be a depression and maybe even briefly strengthen into a tropical storm. Regardless, I think our forecast is the same. We're going to get some rainfall out of this, at least some. There's an 80% chance of development, by the way, with this system as it moves south of San Antonio into deep South Texas tomorrow. So here's our weather headlines. Not everyone gets good rain, as we said. That's going to be generally south of I-10. We do need to watch for some spin-ups tomorrow with these tropical systems as they spin in along the coast. They can sometimes produce some of those weak tornadoes. Not a huge risk, but something we need to watch for. In the meantime, we also have a very high fire danger today. We can't forget about that with some gusty winds, especially this afternoon. We're going to talk about all these things and take a deeper dive into the tropical forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. But let's get over to Steven now and see how that morning commute is winding up this morning.
Well, Justin, things unfortunately have not dwindled down. Problems are still popping up on our roadways. Let's get a look there at 410 at McCullough. We do have flashing lights out there along with 2 TxDOT Hero trucks. So this is actually a crash that was reported by TxDOT earlier this morning, and we're seeing some delays right there in the eastbound lanes of 410 as you approach McCullough Avenue. Now, it's not major delays, but we want you to be aware of what's out there. Just make sure to move over or slow down, and let's hope everyone else is doing okay out there. Better news to report over here along State Highway 211, actually off of US 90 westbound. We did have a major crash that was reported earlier in the morning, and it caused some significant delays outside of Loop 1604. Now, that has already cleared out, but just be on the lookout anytime you see those flashing lights out on the roadway. You know what to do. Move over or slow down. Taking a look at our map as we bring you back here into town, the other big subject of the morning have been students returning to school, and of course plenty of those construction spots to be on the lookout for. Quick reminder here, along 281 on the north side of San Antonio, concrete work will begin later this morning. Crews are likely already out there. This work wraps up on Friday. That's the end of the work week, August 25th, 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. The northbound exit ramp will be closed at Wilderness Oak, so just know what to expect ahead of time. A lot of text on your screen, but if you scan this QR code, that text will be on your phone. Takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. We have a full list of all the closures that are happening this week and for the remaining month of August. Guys.
Happening today, a murder trial beginning related to a deadly shooting at a north side nail salon back in 2021. 42-year-old Kiet Nguyen is the man on trial. He is accused of shooting and killing 46-year-old Ryan Vo at a strip mall on Blanco Road near Parliament after an argument. If Nguyen is found guilty, he faces a maximum punishment of life in prison and a possible fine of up to $10,000.
Also happening today, the city will be hosting a free property tax help workshop to help homeowners learn about and file tax exemptions. It will be at 6 p.m. at Meals on Wheels on the north side near Nacogdoches, just outside Loop 410 in the Valero Training Room. This event is free and open to the public. Recommended documents to bring can be found at the Neighborhood and Housing Services Department Property Tax Help webpage, sanantonio.gov/property tax help. You can also find more information on Bexar County resources there.
It's time for a look at today's 9 at 9. Tropical storm Hillary is bearing down across Southern California. Flash flood and high wind warnings have been issued across the region. Some desert areas have reported receiving nearly 1 inch of rain per hour. And now Hillary is forecast to bring soaking rains to parts of Nevada. Forecasters warn of residual storm impacts, including mudslides and isolated tornadoes.
President Biden and the First Lady will get a first-hand view of the damage in Hawaii caused by deadly wildfires. They are visiting Maui today and stress that the federal government will be there to lend a helping hand to those who have, in some cases, lost everything. State officials say at least 114 deaths are confirmed and more than 800 people are still missing.
Days after going into bankruptcy, trucking company Yellow is getting some big bids for its properties. Court filings show that rival Old Dominion Freight Line has offered $1.5 billion for Yellow's network of truck terminals. That would roughly cover Yellow's outstanding loans.
Inflation may be slowing down, but not for parents looking for childcare. The Labor Department says daycare costs are rising at about twice the rate of inflation. Part of the problem is that many providers shut down permanently during the pandemic.
One of the world's biggest food companies is making more of a move into schools. Kraft Heinz has revamped its Lunchables to bring them in line with federal nutrition standards for schools and is pitching them to schools as a cost-saving measure. Earlier this year, Kraft Heinz called education food service a potential $25 billion market.
A federal judge has ruled that art generated by artificial intelligence cannot be copyrighted. A computer scientist sued the U.S. Copyright Office after it refused to his attempts to copyright an AI image. The judge said human authorship is the bedrock of copyright law.
A glitch on X has cost users some of their photos. Pictures posted between 2011 and 2014 to the site, formerly known as Twitter, appear to have vanished. No comment so far from X's front office, but reports say the problem could be related to a technical change made back in 2016.
A new addition to the social media landscape. Meta is starting a web version of Threads this week, something users have been calling for since the app launched last month. It comes as use of Threads has dropped in recent weeks. The company says the web browser version should be made public sometime this week.
Barbie was finally knocked out of the #1 spot at the weekend box office. The DC comic superhero film Blue Beetle led weekend ticket sales. It's the first DC movie to star a Latino superhero. Barbie came in second place, followed by Oppenheimer, which is also going strong in its fifth week. And in fourth place was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And that's today's 9 at 9. Just 4 more days until the second annual KSAT Pigskin Classic kicks off. We're so excited to see those local teams kick off their season and see all of the fans out there.
David Sears will be out there for all the football madness and joins us now with a look at the final matchup on the schedule. Good morning, David.
Good morning. Y'all just gander at that lineup behind you. Just look at that.
Gander this
look at all
way,
those
this
teams.
way.
That's a great way to start the high school football season, isn't it? And then, of course, we're going to finish with O'Connor and Brandeis. That's a powerhouse matchup coming up for you on Saturday night. It's going to be a really good one. It's O'Connor and Brandeis. O'Connor Panthers have experienced some up and down years, the last few down, so they are trying to get back to those playoff glory days. O'Connor has 26 returning lettermen, but went 4-6 last year, including a 4-4 district record. If they want to see a run for state later in the fall, a win Saturday would be a great start for them, considering they are going up against their buddies from just on the other side of 1604.
I mean, we know each other. We've grew up playing middle school football together, so it's going to be a fun time. There's definitely tension for sure, but, you know, it's a lot of fun actually playing with everyone you know and went to middle school with, so it's just fun.
You know a lot of guys over there?
I do.
Yeah, what's it like? You know, like,
I mean,
think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of trash talk for sure. A lot of trash talk for sure.
Yeah.
High school kids trash talk? Come on. On the other side of the field, the Broncos, they've got 27 returning lettermen. Those lettermen know what it's like to beat the boys from O'Connor. They have won the last 2 of the matchups. Last year they won it 27-17. In fact, Brandeis was 9-3 last year, including an impressive 7-1 district record. They lost in the second round of the playoffs to Dripping Springs. So, you know, the returning players want to get the taste of that loss out of their mouths, and a win Saturday would do just that, not to mention keep that streak against O'Connor alive.
It's surreal. I mean, like, it's a big rivalry. It's been going on since the school's opened. Everybody who goes to Garcia grows up with each other. They separate it's just a big, fun game.
I'm going to be all in. I'm there to compete and there to win, so just excited to play.
What went through your mind when you found out that you guys would be part of the KSAT Pigskin Classic?
A lot of excitement because last year's games were pretty exciting, so just excited to continue on the tradition.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. Here's a look at the full schedule. The KSAT Pigskin Classic live in the Alamo Dome starting Friday night right after the 6 o'clock news. It's Holy Cross and Antonian. Then on Saturday, Southside, Somerset, 11:30 a.m. Get the thing kicked off Saturday morning. Then Jefferson and Uvalde will follow that up at the early afternoon. And then finally, the prime time matchup, Brandeis and O'Connor. We've got previews of all those other matchups for you. If you missed any of them, you can watch them right now on KSAT.com or our YouTube channel. And you can still get your tickets for the KSAT Pigskin Classic. Just scan that QR code right there, and it'll take you directly to our website. And just listen to those kids talk. He's a little fired up because
they are.
You know what's going to be going on the field, man. They're not going to let.
They're so amped up, they can't stand still for an interview. You see how they're always like this.
It's great stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Plus, they're playing in the dome, and some of those kids have never even had the opportunity to play in the dome. That's what this is all about.
Is your blue sport coat
ready to go?
Ready to go?
We are fired up, ready to go.
Fantastic.
We'll be there all weekend.
David Sears, Wide World of Sports.
All right, there it is, right there.
All right,
there's your big
perfect.
logo. And there's all the teams behind you.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, David Sears. 9:09, 86 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
A couple of San Antonio Red Cross members are in Maui to help with relief efforts there after the devastating wildfires. Courtney Freeman explains what they're doing to help locals there.
Plus, record rainfall in California from Tropical Storm Hillary. Conditions residents there are dealing with as flood watches are in progress from Cali up to Idaho. Hillary is now a post-tropical cyclone as it continues to move through the southwestern U.S.
The storm has brought record historic rainfall throughout the region and is expected to continue to cause significant flooding, with some 25 million people under flood watches from California to Idaho today.
CNN's Mike Valerio is in San Diego with the latest.
Tropical Storm Hillary inundating Southern California with high winds and heavy rain.
We're not used to this level of precipitation generally, certainly not in the middle of summer in August. We're not built for this kind of rainfall. That's my main concern.
The record-breaking rainfall unleashing flooding, mudslides, and debris flows across much of the region, stranding vehicles and damaging roads. In Palm Springs, half a year's worth of rain falling in just a 6-hour period on Sunday, according to the National Weather Service.
The most significant rainfall over a 60-minute period anytime in the history of Palm Springs. That's how quickly the system is moving.
Emergency responders there conducting swift water rescues amid rapidly rising rivers and flooded roadways. Rescues also playing out Sunday in San Diego and Ventura County. More than 7 million people, including those in downtown Los Angeles, are under a flash flood warning through early Monday.
Stay safe, stay informed, and stay home.
Officials warning people throughout the state to take the storm seriously.
Take nothing for granted. If you think, boy, the skies are clear and I can go out on a long jog or walk, just be cautious. Wait till this time tomorrow night to consider that.
Hillary is forecast to continue to move north through California and dissipate over central Nevada on Monday, the first tropical system on record to strike the Silver State. In San Diego, I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Well, the tropics have really heated up here in the last couple of days.
In a big way. I mean, we have a lot going on there in the Atlantic. You saw Hillary in the Pacific, and likely stays active for the next couple of weeks. I mean, we're heading into the peak of hurricane season. So we'll see how that affects us. We know that we do have a tropical system in the Gulf that's going to bring us some potential rain showers tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Let's first start, though, very briefly with the heat. We now have 22 days in a row at 100 or above. That is an all-time record now. We beat out the old one set back in 1962. And another one set just this year from July 8th to July 22nd. Today probably makes 23, unfortunately. We're going to add to it again, as we're going to see another hot afternoon. 103 here in San Antonio, a lot of triple digits. Winds pick up. We're going to be concerned about the fire danger again today, too. We're going to talk more about that next half hour, but know that the fire danger is there. We cannot forget about it as winds get a little bit gusty this afternoon. Weather where you live. We've got clear skies right now, but temperatures are jumping up quickly. 90 in New Braunfels already feels like 92. I wouldn't be surprised if we're in the 90s here within the hour in San Antonio. Bernie 81 feels like 82. The air is fairly dry, so that means the temperatures will be very, very warm, as we said this afternoon. Okay, now let's talk tropics, and we'll show you what's going on in the Atlantic because, yes, it is so very busy. We've got a system here, another one that's falling apart, and then, of course, what we have going on in the Gulf of Mexico. They all got named. Franklin, Gert, Emily. Gert and Emily we're not going to worry too much about. Franklin's going to turn north. It'll bring some heavy rain to parts of Haiti and Dominican Republic, but all in all, it's not going to be a huge issue. We've got another system that's coming off of Africa, and then, of course, the one we're focused on here in the Gulf of Mexico. So we look at the satellite presentation here to see if we think this is strengthening. It does look like it's starting to get organized. The question is, will it run out of real estate? Doesn't have a whole lot of time. It's going to make it to the Texas coast by early tomorrow. With that being said, I can't rule out the fact that it could turn into a tropical storm as it works west. What does that mean for us? Doesn't really change things. It's still going to be the same sort of rainfall where we see the heaviest of the rain south of San Antonio. But there could be some stronger winds along the coast should this strengthen a little bit more, and that would be Corpus Christi and points south. And we'll see some gusty winds tomorrow too, just more in the range of 20 to 25 miles per hour. So there is an 80% chance of development with this, according to the Hurricane Center at last check. There at the Spaghetti Plats, it does look somewhere between Corpus Christi and Brownsville is where this would make landfall, again, early tomorrow morning. So let's time out the rainfall for you, and we'll fast forward here to 10 p.m. this evening. There could be a stray shower today here around San Antonio, but I don't think it'll be much of anything. It's tomorrow morning when things really get ramped up. So you see the heavy rain here, Corpus Christi, Goliad, George West, down towards the Laredo area, but a few showers potentially as early as tomorrow morning here around San Antonio. I think if we're going to get some of these tropical bands, probably mid-morning. Again, this isn't showing a whole lot. The really heavy stuff is down to the south, Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, as this thing moves inland. And we still could see a few more bands by midday and into the afternoon by 3 o'clock. So I do think we get some rain here in San Antonio. It's just not going to be a lot. And then that heavy rain starts to spread west by 3, 4, 5 o'clock. And then we're getting this all moving out of here by the evening hours. How much rainfall? The least amount of rain here along Highway 90, Interstate 10. More rainfall as you go south to San Antonio. The most rainfall is going to be Corpus Christi, Laredo, and point south into the valley. 1 to 3 inches down there. For us, we're thinking more in the order of a quarter of an inch. Now, if you get a heavier tropical downpour, it could be a little bit more than that. We're also going to have to watch out for some weak spin ups. Sometimes when these tropical storms move inland, there's some spin already associated with the system, and you can get some weak tornadoes. I can't rule it out. It's not going to be a big problem tomorrow, but we do need to watch for that. We'll certainly keep you posted if anything like that pops up. So 40% chance rain in San Antonio tomorrow, 10% chance Wednesday. We're right back at 100, by the way, 102 Thursday. And then by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we've got a 20% chance of rain. This is more just isolated afternoon stuff. We're still in the triple digits. So I feel confident now that we're going to set the record for the most triple digit days in a year. That's a foregone conclusion, but tomorrow we'll watch for some relief, hopefully.
I know a lot of people are hoping to be part of that 40%.
Yes, and if you're watching north of San Antonio, your odds get even lower. I know that's not what you want to hear, but some places south of town could get some decent numbers.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
919, 86 degrees.
A 12-year-old boy jumping into action after his grandmother had a seizure while driving.
She had her hands kind of closed and she was shaking.
When it hits, it's lights out, completely blackout.
How they survived the ordeal and what the young boy did to keep everyone alive when we come back.
As we head to break, we want to tell you about a new web article on KSAT.com. This coming Sunday is National Cinema Day, and Evo Entertainment Group is offering a big screen deal to celebrate. Unlimited popcorn and sodas will cost just $4 each at all Evo cinemas. Tickets for the special deal go on sale today. You can find all the details in this story on KSAT.com. We'll be back. 9:23, a quick thinking 12-year-old San Antonio boy saved his family.
Just 1 week ago, his grandmother was driving her 2 grandsons on 410 near South Presa when she had a seizure.
The family sat down with KSAT's Avery Everett to explain how they survived that scary ordeal.
She had her hands kind of closed and she was shaking.
Kale Guevara says it all happened in an instant.
I thought I lost her when it happened on the road. And if I wasn't with her, she probably wouldn't be here anymore.
That moment with his grandma still plays over and over in his head.
Laying back, her lips were blue, her face was pale.
Just last weekend, Kale and his grandma, Donna Williams, were driving on 410 near exit 44 along with Kale's younger brother. That's when Williams started having a seizure.
And when it hits, just lights out, completely blackout.
Kale says his first thought was to take control of the car.
And I grabbed the wheel first because I didn't want us to hit another car or another car to hit us.
Kale says he stopped the car, using his hands to press on the brakes.
Then I was like this, trying to push down on the brake.
That's when he called 911.
He was talking me through of like what to do, check if she was still breathing, and so I checked, she was still breathing.
SAFD says emergency crews were with the family for about an hour last Saturday, and they were able in that time to take the car from 410 and move it all the way to this gas station over here, freeing up the highway and allowing the family to reconnect again.
I was really scared. I didn't know what happened.
Williams has a medical history of seizures, but says it's been nearly 9 years since her last one.
I can usually tell when I'm going to have one, but this time there was just no warning at all.
You don't really see this every day, and I've had no warning.
At only 12 years old.
I like racing cars and fast cars, and I guess cars are my thing.
Kale's hobby helped him save lives.
He did everything that could have and should have been done. He did very well. I'm very proud of him. Always proud of him.
Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
925, 86 degrees. There's more ahead on GMSA at 9.
We've been talking a lot about the KSAT Pigskin Classic coming up, but there are several other local high school teams getting ready to kick off their football season this week. David Sears will be back with a look at some of the key matchups we'll be watching.
Plus, UTSA is starting their fall semester today, and they have a few new programs being offered. We'll tell you about those when we come back. Just days after the devastating wildfires began sweeping across the island of Maui, our San Antonio Red Cross deployed 2 of its members to help out.
Courtney Freeman found out what those volunteers are doing right now to help the thousands in need on the island.
No matter where disaster strikes, those in need can look for this and know they're not alone.
Volunteers are there to just give comfort, to be able to be there for them, to have that hard conversation.
Dr. Jeremy Roberts is the chairman of the board for the local Red Cross and says many of those tough conversations right now in Maui are about missing loved ones.
So if somebody has a family member, a loved one in the affected area, we're able to make that connection through our supply chain.
He says San Antonio and Hawaii have a special military connection.
There's a lot of military personnel that want to make sure that their families are okay.
Roberts says the Red Cross in general has received 1,360 reunification requests and has been able to complete 400 so far.
The 2 people from here in San Antonio that are now in Maui were specifically requested for their skills in logistics and sheltering.
One of them is Ralph Lips, who is managing the movement of supplies to the shelters.
A lot of our volunteers are cross-trained in many aspects. They can do sheltering, they can do damage assessment, they can do disaster action team, which goes out into the community and helps out by figuring out what their needs are at that time.
Mac McNell is the local Red Cross Volunteer Disaster Program Manager and says his volunteers are helping at the 11 emergency shelters that have been set up.
We've also been able to provide more than 25,000 meals and snacks to people that have been affected.
And this level of devastation means there will be many more meals to serve, which is why monetary donations are so important.
$25 would be able to provide food and shelter for 3 meals a day for an individual.
While just 2 San Antonio volunteers are on the ground in Maui right now, this group will be prepared if they're asked to send more.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Like they mentioned, monetary donations are best. Red Cross already has a set up supply chain and can't accept food or blankets from the public.
You can donate online or by calling 1-800-HELP-NOW or texting 90999 to make a $10 donation. And if you can't donate money, consider donating your time. Head to the website or call 210-224-5151 to become a volunteer.
Outside with live cam, waiting on a shower or 2, which are in the forecast, but not necessarily today, right? I mean, maybe A small chance?
Maybe a small chance.
Okay.
Tomorrow's going to be the day when the radar is quite a bit more busy. And we just got word from the National Hurricane Center that they are going to start initiating advisories on this situation in the Gulf. Potential cyclone number 2 is what they're calling it. But what that basically means is this system does have the potential to develop further, perhaps a depression, maybe a storm as it heads towards Texas. What does it mean for us? Just some rain chances coming up tomorrow. I think some scattered showers for us here in San Antonio. But you can see on the satellite picture here, this is getting better organized. We're starting to see thunderstorms develop near what looks to be a center of circulation. So, yes, this could get a name, but I think the forecast stays the same for us with that potential of some rainfall tomorrow, especially south of San Antonio as this takes a track into deep South Texas. Meantime, outside, 86 degrees at the airport, feels like 88, 90 in New Braunfels feels like 92. It's a very warm start to the day, and it's going to be a hot afternoon. We're going to see temperatures up near 103 again. That would put us at 56 days at 100 degrees or above, within range of the top 3 there. And I think we surpass all those years as we get into the weekend with more triple-digit temperatures in the forecast. We're going to talk about that, the fire danger. We'll have another update on this tropical situation for you coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. UTSA is welcoming new and returning students back to the classroom today for the first day of classes. As the new school year begins, UTSA is adding 3 new bachelor programs, a new master's program, and 2 new PhD programs to their curriculum.
We are excited about the many programs that we have offered for years, as well as new programs that we'll be offering this coming year, as well as programs in the future.
As the new school year kicks off, UTSA will be hosting Roadrunner Days until September 2nd. During this time, there will be all different kinds of academic and social events for students to attend. You can read more about UTSA's first day of school by heading to our website, KSAT.com.
Now, the new San Antonio postal workers say they just want a basic human need, water. They say the U.S. Postal Service stopped giving them bottles of water last month during the intense heat. And as KSAT's Daniela Ibarra explains, they're hoping the community will rally behind them to get everyone in the union what they need.
A fight for safety.
It's hotter than firecrackers down here.
Homer Hernandez says he and his fellow mail carriers want relief.
We work about 8 to 10 hours out in the heat.
Earlier this month, Hernandez told us about how hard it was to hydrate.
They actually, on my station, at Dobie Station off of East Houston, we don't have a water fountain working.
Lawmakers sent the Postmaster General a letter asking for them to provide mail carriers with cold water. Since then, Hernandez says his station made some changes.
It took 2 years to comply because of you guys, the congressmen, and the mayor speaking out on our behalf. It took 2 days to fix that.
Now he and his fellow union members are fighting for others.
I would like to see every letter carrier in the surrounding area and San Antonio to get bottled water like yesterday.
San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg showed his support.
They have a voice and we listen to them, and when we can elevate and amplify their voice, we're going to do that.
Bob Como, a community leader standing with the postal workers, says this problem has a simple fix.
This is a very simple solution, provide water.
Hernandez says getting water bottles is just a start.
So we need the Mason trucks. That would really help us out. Bags of ice would help us out to keep our water cool out there.
In a statement sent to KSAT today, the Postal Service said they respect unions, but call its position, quote, inaccurate and largely absent of anything based in reality. They say they made those water fountain improvements and that, quote, carriers and all employees have full access to potable water at all times.
In that statement, they also talked about heat illness prevention training and also mentioned they have new vehicles coming that do have AC. Reporting in downtown, Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
In your morning headlines, Texans who drive electric vehicles will soon be looking at an additional $200 in fee each year. Earlier this year, state lawmakers passed Senate Bill 505, which requires electric vehicle owners to pay the fee when they register a vehicle or renew their registration. It's being imposed because lawmakers said EV drivers weren't paying their fair share into a fund that helps cover road construction and repairs across the state. The cost will be especially high for those who purchase a new vehicle, electric vehicle, and have to pay 2 years of registration or $400 up front. The changes go into effect September 1st. You can read more about this story on KSAT.com. You can taste it now. Schools are back in session. The halls are full of students getting caught up on their summers and then turning their excitement to the start of the high school football season.
As we have mentioned earlier, everything kicks off this weekend with the KSAT Pigskin Classic, and there's so much more. Games all over town and all over South Texas, and our David Sears is back.
If you listen real close, you can hear those kids talking in the halls, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the teachers, administrators go, get to class. They're trying to catch up on summer.
Were you a teacher or a principal in another lifetime?
No, I was the one that was always told to get to class.
Oh, you were, okay.
So I've heard that several times. So, but you know, you're talking about football and the guys wearing their jerseys, the band all getting fired up, all students getting fired up. We are just a couple of days away from the best time of the year. That is football season. It starts here at home with all the high school football action. Every team around town has been putting in the work, even dealing with the heat. But they are fired up and ready, not just the players and coaches, the cheerleaders, pep squads, the bands, and of course the fans are ready to get into the stands and start cheering themselves. It also means our sports department, Mary Rumger and Larry Ramirez, is about to crank it up a notch, along with our photographers who are tuned up and ready to roll all over town and all over South Texas to bring you the highlights of every favorite school you have in mind. So let's show you what you can expect the first week of high school football. It all starts Thursday night. You got Highlands and Austin Crockett in the Alamo Dome, Churchill and Stevens at Gus, YMLA and Sam Houston at Alamo Stadium. And then we go to Friday nights. Laredo United and Warren at Ford at Ferris. So we're still on Thursday. Ooh, I skipped a day. I'm so excited about getting to the Pigskin Classic. Laredo, this is Thursday, South Santa McCullum, Harlandale, and then Harlandale and Veterans Memorial at Rutledge Stadium. And now we're still on Thursday. How many games they got on Thursday? Man, we're going to be busy. Champion Laredo and New Braunfels and Denton Ryan kicked that one off at 7 o'clock. All right, let's get to Friday night. Game of the week, Brennan and Steele. Oh, you talk about a great way to kick off the season. How about this one then? BGC road trip. Carrizo Springs at Lytle, Jordanton and Natalia, Pleasanton at Divine. All games, scores, schedules, and a whole lot more on KSAT.com. And the KSAT YouTube channel. And don't forget, we've got more. We've got Saturday games. Liberty Hill at Wagner, Rutledge Stadium, Kennedy versus Edison at Alamo Stadium, Sotomayor at Lee, at Comalander Stadium, Buda and Johnson at Clark, and then Ferris Stadium, and Breckenridge and taking on John Jay, and that's at Gus Stadium.
Oh,
and then, of course, our lineup of KSAT Pigskin Classic games on Friday night and on Saturday. And remember, if you can't get to the game here in the Alamo Dome, where it's 72 degrees, nice and cool, if you can't go to any of those games, we have it all for you on KSAT 12. And we've also got some great stories for you that we're going to intertwine in between games, so you want to stay tuned for the entire day if you happen to be sitting at home watching.
All hands on deck here at KSAT 12.
I'm excited for the interviews you're going to be doing out there.
Going to be some fun stuff. We got some great stuff planned for you. Not just the game, but stuff that goes on around the game as well.
It's the experience, the all over.
It is. So
right,
we hope you can come to the Dome, but if you can't, we got you covered.
Fantastic. Thank you, David. 940, 88 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
There's new video released of the wildfires on Maui. It comes as residents on the island speak out about the federal response, saying it's not nearly enough to rebuild their lives. We'll have the latest when we come back.
Streaming now.
We're about $500 to $600 a month on water usage.
Their water bill more than doubled from 1 month to the next after a pipe sprung a leak.
We had a break. The ground movement happens all over San Antonio. A few weeks later, we get a bill in the mail for 1 million gallons of water, $15,580.
That's just ridiculous.
They've been bullying us, intimidating us.
Now SAWS says it's time to pay up or have the water shut off. KSAT investigates the water company's policies on outrageously high bills.
Streaming now on these platforms.
As the President and First Lady get set to see the devastation in Maui firsthand, we're getting a look at dramatic new video from the early hours of when those wildfires started.
ABC's Andrew Dimbrett explains how the people of Lahaina are coping.
This morning, new videos of the wildfires on Maui, showing what firefighters faced as they arrived to the historic town of Lahaina, engulfed by the fire. At one point, flames surround a fire engine before firefighters are able to escape. In his first national interview since the fires, Maui's fire chief getting emotional.
The firefighters are hurting. This is their community, this is their home, these are their people. Nobody in our department is unaffected by this. We care about our firefighters first and our community as well. And if they can't go to work in a healthy way, then it's difficult for them to serve.
Officials say 85% of the destroyed area on Maui has now been searched. President Biden will see the devastation firsthand today, meeting with survivors.
Hear their stories and provide a sense of hope and assurance that the federal government is going to be with them as he has directed, and we will continue to bring in resources to support the requests of the governor and the needs as they go through their recovery process.
Local residents have been critical of the federal response, including the $700 relief checks announced by FEMA, some saying that's not nearly enough to begin rebuilding their lives. There is hope and resilience amid the rubble. Worshippers still gathered for Sunday service at a coffee house 23 miles away from their now destroyed church. And the area's famed 150-year-old banyan tree is still standing and, according to experts, still alive, undergoing life-saving treatment.
We checked underneath the bark of all the lower trunks on the tree, and we found that there's still live tissue. We didn't see any major charring or scarring of the tree.
FEMA says it's distributed nearly $4 million so far to about 1,600 Maui residents. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Back here at home, waiting on the rain.
Tomorrow's the day if we're going to get some rain. And I think we have the potential here in San Antonio to get some. It's just not going to be a lot. That's kind of the main takeaway here. We are getting some updates from the Hurricane Center. One that we did have a tropical storm out in the Atlantic that has since dissipated. So that's Emily. She's now a remnant low. We're not going to worry about her anymore. Gert, we're not going to worry about. Franklin, again, could bring some rain to some of the islands. It's a little more impressive, but also it turns north into the Atlantic, so not a huge deal. It's what's going on here in the Gulf of Mexico that really is what could impact us. And we're noticing that we're starting to see storms blossom a little bit more over what could be a center of circulation here. So there's probably some organization going on. A couple things at play here, though. It's running out of real estate. It's going to be making landfall later tonight into early tomorrow morning. So it doesn't have a whole lot of time if it's going to strengthen any further. But we can't completely rule out the idea that this could briefly become a tropical storm. Regardless, I think the forecast is the same for us. And the Hurricane Center is now calling this potential tropical cyclone number 9. What does that mean? Well, it just means they're going to start issuing advisories on it. They're going to start perhaps issuing some watches in advance of this system as it moves a little bit closer to the Texas coast. We do think it makes landfall somewhere between Corpus Christi and Brownsville. Again, that's later tonight into early tomorrow morning. And as our forecast, or the way our forecast looks, with that in mind, is some showers along the coast starting tonight, Corpus Christi, maybe to Rockport, and then by early tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., you're getting heavy rain coming in along the Texas coast. Goliad, George West, down to Corpus Christi. We could see a couple of light showers here in San Antonio, but I don't expect much early in the morning. Mid-morning to midday is when things could start to pick up a little bit. You're going to get a swath of heavy rain, Cotulla to Carrizo Springs. So in our viewing area, that's where the heaviest of the rain will be. Of course, the heaviest of the drought is up here to the north. Not exactly an ideal situation. That's how it's playing out. But you see midday towards the afternoon, we could get a couple of bands maybe containing some heavier rain. That translates maybe to 1/4 of an inch. If you're lucky, if there's a heavier band, maybe 1/2 inch. Then by 6 o'clock, this is all starting to move away, and we're left with just a few light showers. Here's a look at what we think the rainfall will look like. Least amount of rain up here along Highway 90, Interstate 10. More rain as you go south of town. Most of the rain, though, is going to be Laredo, Corpus Christi, point south into the valley. 1 to 3 inches, maybe some isolated 5-inch totals down there. Up here around San Antonio, again, on the order of 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 inch if you get underneath one of those heavier bands. We also need to mention the risk for a few spin-ups. We can see this with tropical systems as they move inland. There's already some spin there, and sometimes you can get some weak tornadoes as these come ashore. Not going to be a huge problem tomorrow, but we do need to mention that and let you know that's always a possibility. 87 at Stinson, 86 Kelly, 87 at Randolph, and 86 at the airport. Not a lot of wind right now, but we do expect winds to pick up some as we head into the afternoon. And with our dry conditions and temperatures getting hot again, fire dangers back in play again today. We're thinking a high temperature somewhere around 104. There is a 10% chance of rain today, a small opportunity for maybe a pop-up shower, but we will bring those rain chances up as we showed you going into tomorrow to a 40% chance on your Tuesday. It is another CPS Energy yellow day. They're asking for conservation between 3 and 8 p.m. It feels like we've been talking about this almost every day this summer, but today's another one of those days. Fire danger today. We mentioned the low humidity around San Antonio. It's a very high risk of grass fires. So yes, we do have the rain coming in tomorrow, but we can't let our guard down. Fires can spread very quickly, especially as those winds pick up a little bit this afternoon. So just keep that in the back of your mind and know that winds will be gusty again tomorrow. 40% chance of rain with the best odds south of San Antonio tomorrow afternoon. Just a 10% chance Wednesday. And as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, our high kind of shifts just a little bit, and that allows for some isolated storms to potentially pop up, but we're still in the triple digits. So tomorrow's kind of our one brief reprieve from this ridiculous summer we've had so far.
It has been really hot.
It has.
I'm excited for like the moment that we can step outside, go on long walks, and it's like nice weather.
Can't wait.
You're going to be like the main character in Shawshank Redemption, standing in the rain at the very end of the movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, night 51, 89 degrees.
As we head to break, we want to tell you about a new web article on KSAT.com. Ladies' Night of Comedy is presenting an unforgettable evening of humor featuring Michelle Cantu as the headliner in her Southtown debut. The show will be on September 2nd. Tickets for this event are available now. You can find more information on our website. Just look for this story. We'll be right back.
It's always a great day to go to the zoo and check out the flamingo cam at the San Antonio Zoo. I understand there's some construction going to be happening or is happening right now at the main entrance to the zoo. A revamped version will be ready sometime this fall, perhaps by November. And we also understand that our zoo is going to welcome back gorillas, a new habitat out there, by the year 2025. So lots happening at our local zoo.
And they're enjoying that water and the shade.
Yes, they are. Well, looking ahead to tomorrow, there'll be another town hall for San Antonio residents to attend to talk about the city's fiscal year 2024 proposed budget. City staff will be there to share some highlights of the budget and answer questions. The town hall will be at 6:30 tomorrow. Norm Oil Community Center on the southwest side off Culberson. City Council will vote on the budget coming up September 14th.
Remember when I said I thought we could be in the 90s by the end of the hour? Well, here we are, 90 degrees, incredible. It's warming up very fast. We're going to be around 104 today. Fire danger is high, especially this afternoon. Everything changes tomorrow. We get the tropical moisture, some tropical bands work through San Antonio. Not a ton of heavy rain here. We could see some scattered downpours. We're still thinking maybe 1/4 of an inch at best. Then this tropical system moves out. But there will be some heavier rain south of us. KSAT weather app, best way to stay up to date. We're going to be updating that often.
Thanks, Justin. And thanks for watching.
Have a great day.